All right, welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're going to tackle something pretty universal, negotiation.
Mm-hmm. It comes up everywhere, doesn't it? Big deals, small stuff at home.
Totally. And when you picture negotiation, what comes to mind? For me, it's often, that intense image.
Yeah, like someone banging their fist on the table.
Exactly. Or, the raised voice, the hard stare,
Yeah.
like you're showing teeth. There's this feeling, almost an instinct, that you need to project strength, maybe even be a little aggressive to get what you want.
It's a really common idea, this sort of dominance model. You see it in films, you hear stories. It reinforces this combative way of thinking about it.
It really does. It feels like the default. But here's the twist we're exploring today.
Yeah.
What if that instinct, that whole come on strong approach, actually, well, what if it messes things up?
What if it gets in the way of actually succeeding?
Precisely. That's the kind of surprising angle we're digging into. We're doing a deep dive into the real art of negotiation, and we're using the short but really powerful excerpt called Ne sois pas agressif.
Which just means don't be aggressive.
Right. And what's great about this source, I think, is how it just cuts straight to the point. It focuses on something huge that often gets missed. Your attitude.
Yeah, it's not just about your arguments or, the facts and figures. It's how you approach it, the vibe you bring.
Absolutely. So the mission for you listening is to kind of get why dropping that aggressive posture isn't about being weak or just rolling over.
It's not passive niceness.
Not at all. It's actually like a negotiation superpower.
Yeah.
We want to explore how managing your demeanor, how you carry yourself, can be just as crucial, maybe even more crucial than how strong your points are on paper.
It's about getting a completely fresh look at a skill that, let's face it, everyone uses pretty much every day.
Totally. So you ready to jump in?
Let's do it. It's fascinating how the source really starts by tackling that exact aggressive image you mentioned earlier.
Okay, so right off the bat, the source acknowledges this common idea. Many think that negotiating means raising your voice or showing your teeth. It kind of taps into that almost primal feeling, right?
Right.
When the stakes feel high.
Definitely. You want to make your mark, show you're serious, that you mean business. It feels like taking control.
Yeah, like you're putting your foot down.
Yeah.
Asserting yourself.
But, and this is the key point, that feeling of control, it's often not real. It's more like an illusion.
How so?
Well, aggression doesn't actually build connections, does it? It does the opposite. It puts up walls. The source points out like 3 immediate ways it backfires.
Okay, what are they?
First, it can just plain scare someone, make them intimidated. Second, it can make them shut down, just clam up completely.
Right, they just withdraw.
Exactly. Or third, and this happens a lot, it can just trigger an even more aggressive reaction back from them.
Ah, so it escalates.
Totally. And in any of those cases, fear, withdrawal, escalation, you've lost the chance for real progress, haven't you? You're basically pushing the other person into a defensive corner.
Yeah, the dialogue just dies. Or it turns into a fight.
Right. It's pretty much a guaranteed way to kill any hope of finding a solution that works for everyone. It derails the whole thing.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So if being aggressive is basically shooting yourself in the foot, does that mean the answer is just to, I don't know, be super passive? Just give in?
That's the common worry, isn't it? If I'm not aggressive, I'll get steamrolled.
Yeah. But the source is really clear on this. It
Yeah.
makes this crucial distinction right here. This doesn't mean letting yourself be walked over.
Exactly. That is not what non-aggression is about. It's not weakness. It's not giving up. That's a total misunderstanding.
So it's about finding a different kind of strength.
A much more effective kind, yeah. The source says the key is being firm, clear, and respectful. Those 3 things together.
Firm, clear, and respectful. I like that. It sounds solid. But what does that actually look like? How do you do that without slipping into being either aggressive or, a doormat?
Okay, let's break it down. Firmness, that's about knowing what you need, what your limits are, your non-negotiables, and sticking to them. But without threats, without yelling, it's like a quiet strength, a resolve.
Okay, so you hold your ground, but calmly.
Right. Then clarity. That's just being super understandable. No room for confusion about what you're asking for or why. Fuzzy communication can cause so much unnecessary conflict, so precision helps.
Makes sense. Less misunderstanding, less friction.
Exactly. And the last one, respect. That's maybe the bedrock. It means you actually acknowledge the other person's viewpoint. You treat them like a person, even if you completely disagree with their positions.
So you value them, even if you don't value their argument.
Pretty much. And that simple act of respect can be incredibly powerful. It lowers defenses. So put them all together, firm, clear, respectful, and you project this deep confidence, integrity. without any need for intimidation.
Okay, I'm getting it. It's not about being soft at all.
Mm.
It's actually about being really focused, really intentional in how you communicate.
You got it.
And building on that, the source adds another layer by staying calm and confident. Now, these feel like internal states, but they must project outwards too, right? They change the room.
Oh, absolutely. They're huge signals. Calmness, especially when things get tense, signals you're in control not just of the situation, but of yourself.
Yeah, like you're not easily rattled.
Right. And that can actually throw off someone who is trying to be aggressive. They don't get the reaction they expect. Confidence, then, that comes from being prepared, knowing your stuff, and genuinely believing in your position. It's not arrogance, though.
No, it's quieter than that.
It's more like a quiet assurance. You know your position, and you trust yourself to discuss it thoughtfully.
It's interesting. It feels like your own internal state, being calm and confident, can literally shift the energy of the whole interaction.
It really can. Think about it. If you're trying to argue with someone and they just stay completely composed, firm, respectful, it's actually really hard to keep being aggressive yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of deflates your own anger or frustration.
Exactly. And that's where the real opportunity opens up. When you project that calm confidence, you create a space where real dialogue can happen. The other person feels less threatened. They might lower their guard. They might actually listen.
So it encourages openness.
Definitely. The source links it directly. Staying calm and confident increases your chances of creating an open, constructive dialogue. And that space, that open dialogue, that's where solutions are found.
Because you're actually talking about the problem, not just attacking each other.
Precisely. You start exploring what people actually need, what their underlying interests are, instead of just trading demands back and forth. Much more productive.
This feels like the real heart of it, the core message. The source puts it so well. The art of negotiation is understanding that your attitude impacts the outcome just as much as your arguments.
That line is so important. Just as much. Think about what that implies.
It means, wow,
Yes.
it means all the preparation, getting your facts right, your data perfect, having all your counter arguments lined up. That's only half the battle.
At least half, yeah. It means you also have to prepare yourself, how you're going to show up. Your presence, your demeanor, your emotional regulation, that stuff matters just as much before you even open your mouth.
The implications are pretty huge then,
Yeah.
if attitude is that critical.
It suggests that the most brilliant, logical argument could completely fail if you deliver it aggressively or defensively.
Right, people just won't hear it. They'll react to the attitude, not the substance.
Exactly. And flip side, maybe a slightly less perfect argument delivered with respect, with openness, with calm confidence. That might actually land much better. It might be more persuasive simply because of how it's presented.
Because negotiation isn't just about logic, is it? It's fundamentally human,
Yes.
interpersonal.
Deeply human.
Yeah.
So yeah, you absolutely need solid arguments. You can't just show up with a smile and nothing to back it up. That's not the point.
No, substance matters.
Of course. But the delivery of that substance, how it's received, whether it ultimately succeeds, that can hinge entirely on the how, the attitude, the human connection you manage to build, even if it's just for that conversation.
It's like the attitude creates the pathway for the arguments to travel along.
That's a great way to put it. A positive, non-aggressive attitude opens the door. It allows your points to be considered fairly on their own merits, instead of getting blocked by defensiveness or hostility.
It makes the other person more willing to work with you, not against you.
Exactly. Think about any trippy conversation you've had, maybe with a colleague or family member. Option 1. Demand, accuse, raise your voice. Option 2, state your needs clearly, firmly, respectfully, and genuinely listen to theirs. Which way usually works out better for everyone involved?
Yeah, it's pretty clear when you put it like that. Okay, so let's sort of wrap this up. What's the big takeaway from our deep dive today?
I think the core lesson is challenging that default aggressive image of negotiation, realizing it's often actually counterproductive.
Right. It can scare people, shut them down, or just make things worse by triggering more aggression. It basically blocks success.
And the real power isn't in shouting louder, it's in a different kind of strength. Being firm, clear, and respectful.
Combined with staying calm and confident, that's the winning combo.
That's the combo that really boosts your chances of having an open, constructive conversation where you can actually find solutions. It really hammers home that central idea. Your attitude genuinely shapes the outcome, just as much as what you're arguing for.
And it's not just for, like, big boardroom negotiations, is it?
Oh, absolutely not. Think about how these ideas play out every single day. Disagreements at home, discussing workload with your boss, even just asking for something you need from a neighbor.
Yeah, anytime there's a difference of opinion or need.
Exactly. The principles are the same. Firm but respectful, calm but confident. It applies everywhere. It's about shifting your mindset from winning a fight to solving a problem together.
That's a powerful shift. Okay, so a final thought for everyone listening. If it's true, if your attitude really impacts the outcome just as much as your arguments, think about your own interactions.
Yeah.
What small shifts could you make?
What might change in your next conversation, your next disagreement, if you consciously chose that calm confidence instead of reacting with, say, immediate defensiveness or aggression?
Something to definitely mull over. Thanks for diving deep with us today.
My pleasure.